It's time. As you guys know, it's the Christmas season, so I'm going to be dropping you guys hot, sweet, romantic Christmas gist about this very book. I'll tell you the title of the book at the end of this video. So this book follows the life of 33-year-old Biodun Gomez. She's about to turn 33 after Christmas, and Biodun is broke but she's still holding on to her dreams at Real, which is a radio station where she works at. Little does Biodun know that her life is about to literally change, because this very morning Biodun wakes up to a message from her boss asking her to report to the office, and she heads to the office only to discover that the radio station she works at is being sold to a bigger station, a bigger company, which is called Falcon. Her boss calls her to tell her just to prep herself in case the partnership doesn't go as planned and they have to let a few people go. However, on Biodun receiving or processing this news, rather, she's called into the meeting that is ongoing with Falcon and discovers that the person who is there to represent Falcon is in fact an ex from 12 years ago. This guy isn't just an ex, so he's a billionaire, and he was Biodun's very first love and very first heartbreak. His name is Kelvin, and Kelvin discovers that the major projects that is making Falcon partner with Real is in fact supposed to be headed by Biodun, and gives Biodun that responsibility. However, while they are at the meeting, everybody is whispering and gossiping and looking between Kelvin and Biodun. Kelvin and Biodun are wondering like, what the hell is going on? And Biodun goes ahead to look into people's phones, because that's where everything is going on, and discovers that there is a sex tape of Biodun and Kelvin from 12 years ago, which has all of a suddenly resurfaced. Both Kelvin and Biodun are so stunned, and Kelvin has to leave to go and figure out how to cover up this scandal, because Kelvin is running for CEO of his company and he may just have competition, and he has to keep up a united front. He has to keep up a certain public image, so he goes off, runs ahead to go and try to clean up this image. Meanwhile, Biodun is so stunned, but she tries to keep her head high and walks out of the office and goes and takes a breather and goes ahead to go on her normal show that she has in the evening with her partner Andrew. Andrew is asking Biodun like, babe, are you sure you can go ahead with this meeting? People will talk, oh, you know we have to ask people questions when they call and stuff. They will talk and they will scandalize you, and she's like, don't worry, I know how to spin this up. And she goes ahead and she does just that. She spins the story up so good that nobody is criticizing her. Meanwhile, Kelvin and his mom, who is the main CEO of the company, but she's dropping down because she's getting old and she recently fell ill and she needs somebody to continue her legacy, tried their best to cover it up, but Kelvin is determined to find out who even leaked the video in the first place. Mind you, this video is the reason why Kelvin and Biodun broke up 12 years ago, because Biodun was so heartbroken at the fact that Kelvin allowed his friends record their very first time together and even publish it on the internet, and there were only 3 people there that day: Kelvin, one of their friends Malik, another friend Nkem, and Kelvin's elder brother. And when the video broke on the internet, Biodun had to change schools and start life afresh in a whole different state, and that was how they broke up. After a tough day at work and everything, Kelvin comes back to the office and offers to drive Biodun home to try to explain what is going on, and he goes ahead to tell Biodun that years ago he did not invite his friends over, and it was also his first time and it was just a huge misunderstanding. But Biodun has trust issues and she doesn't trust anything he's saying. Anyways, Kelvin suggests that they go into a fake marriage to keep up a front for the public, and that way they don't scandalize them and stuff, and Biodun eventually agrees to it. But it is rated PG-13, meaning no kissing, no touching, nothing whatsoever. Biodun goes to meet Kelvin's mom and to inform everybody that they are getting married, and Kelvin's mom and pastor insists that they get married in 1 week, and Biodun is like, what the hell is happening? My life is literally going upside down. While they are planning their wedding, Biodun and Kelvin are becoming closer, while they are also trying to figure out who exactly leaked this video, because last Kelvin checked, Malik, who was there the day they made that video, he broke Malik's phone, and he has been trying to find Malik to know if it is Malik that released that video. Turns out it is not Malik. Turns out it is not Nkem either, and there is only one person left, Kelvin's elder brother, Teslim. Now, to give you a heads up, Kelvin's family is a little bit complicated, as Kelvin's mother remarried after her first husband died, which is Teslim's father, and Kelvin's father is still alive, but they are separated, and they get to find out a huge plot twist at the end that I will not be telling you, because I want you to go right ahead and read this book. However, let's get into the sweet part. Kelvin and Biodun eventually reconnect. They become close again. They are reminded why they fell in love with each other all those years ago, and it's just so beautiful. And eventually they get married. After they get married, Kelvin is literally struggling to control himself, his desires and his urges, because he is so in love with Biodun, but he hasn't told Biodun yet. But eventually they get to do, and Kelvin is like, shit, I can't take this anymore, and he tells Biodun how he feels, and guess what? Biodun feels the exact same way. She has learned to trust Kelvin again. She has fallen completely in love with Kelvin, and the only thing that is left in their little fairy tale is for Kelvin to win the seat of CEO. So Kelvin discovers the reason why his brother hates him so much, and why his brother is in cahoots with Nkem to make sure Kelvin does not win the seat of CEO, and he is out to try to solve that puzzle. However, when he goes for the CEO meeting, Kelvin discovers that he has two contenders, Nkem and this other guy named Jeremiah. However, luckily for Kelvin, Jeremiah has 2 votes out of 8 votes, and he and Nkem are at a draw, which is 3-3 votes, and the last person, which is his mom, has decided not to cast a vote. Mind you, his mom has majority shares in the company. After the CEO meeting, where it is said that they are still going to have to delegate on who to give between Kelvin and Nkem, Kelvin goes ahead to set up a meeting with his brother to confront his brother and find out why his brother hates him so much and is plotting against him, and make sure his mom is there to listen. And his mom listens, and her heart is broken, and she clears the air to make sure that Teslim knows exactly what has happened and why he has this grudge, which she definitely tried her best to make sure Teslim did not have. His mom is heartbroken and calls Biodun over for them to discuss and have an important meeting. And when Biodun gets there, Biodun discovers that his mom has split her shares between she and Kelvin, and she is so overwhelmed because it is such a big responsibility coming from a multi-billionaire, and Biodun is just over the moon. Kelvin is literally looking all over for Biodun because he thinks that Biodun has left him. After all, their contract / fake marriage was supposed to last only a year, and Kelvin eventually finds Biodun, and he's so relieved that Biodun did not leave him stranded. Kelvin once again professes his love to Biodun and lets her know that this is no more a fake marriage. He is in for it, and he is so in love with her, and she also tells him that she is in love with him. And yeah, they have a really beautiful Christmas shared with family and shared with friends. Well, if you want to know more details about this sweet juicy gist I brought to you, and you want something really captivating to do for this Christmas season, go ahead and read this book, A Very Giddy Christmas by Tamilola, Coco, Adeyemo. Oh my god, whoever said Nigerian authors do not know how to write a good romantic yearning romance book, lie. Now I know you enjoyed the story and you want more. Go ahead and buy this book, and see you in my next video.